Well, obviously, extremely disappointed, to come in here and what a great environment against a really good football team. Obviously, the best record in all of ball, and to come up short is really disappointing. But bottom line is, you can't allow somebody to run for 353 yards against you, and you can't turn the ball over in a game like this. And I thought we had some opportunities in the first half and didn't capitalize on every opportunity. And you can't do that against a really good football team.
During the contest, you guys kept putting yourselves, though, in position to kind of get back in it. So, presumably, you guys just kept battling through the night, and even with Aaron out, you guys were still in there at the end.
Yeah, no, I thought our guys competed hard and they battled, and that's the expectation. That's everybody in this thing. Coaches, players, anybody that involved in our organization. That's the expectation that we have for everybody. And no matter what the score is, no matter what the situation is, we expect everybody's best at all times.
When did Aaron got the injury or suffered the injury, and how did it affect his game if it happened before the game or during the game?
No, it happened. I'm not quite sure when it happened, but I know that in the third quarter, we were calling a bunch of. I was about to call a pass, and I could tell like he wasn't feeling right, and so we kept going run after run after run, and we mixed in a couple run solutions, and you could see when he threw them out, he was like kind of bending over and wincing, and so I knew that he was in a lot of pain. I mean, this is one of the toughest dudes I've ever been around. So I don't ever for 1 second question his toughness, his desire to be out there, his desire to compete. Matter of fact, he apologized to me, and I'm like, don't ever apologize to me. Like, I'll never question that. This guy is the ultimate competitor, and he's been battling through a lot of stuff all year long, and it hasn't been just this year. It's been I would say, last few years that we've been together, and he doesn't say anything about it, and he just keeps competing and doing the best he can.
Oblique injuries for guys who have to throw, that's a tough injury. Between that and the thumb, do you think you probably need to shut him down for the rest of the year?
I wouldn't say that. We got to have more conversation before we even get into that. But no, I mean, as long as he's able to go, I expect him to be out there.
What were your impressions of Jalen Hurts tonight? I mean, he's an emerging quarterback, and
Yeah.
how did he do things that you just can't account for?
He did a lot of things that it's tough to account for. I don't want to ever say can't, because certainly I think that we were in some situations where we were capable of making some tackles that we didn't make. But he is an unbelievable talent. It's ironic that I think we were the first. A couple years ago, I think that was the first game that he got significant action in, and I know studying him in the draft and to see his progression to where he is today, I think is a credit to him and the coaching staff. The guy is, and everything I've heard about him just coming out, and then knowing some people here and talking about what a leader he is, and he's a hell of a competitor, and he's extremely talented, and I think you saw it not only obviously on the ground, that's one thing, but he made some remarkable throws as well.
Think of Jordan Love, and where do you think he is compared to August?
I think this is, I'm not shocked, to be honest with you, that he went out there and played well and showed great poise. That we see it on a daily basis, in practice, and I know, people might not necessarily agree with that, but I see it every day, and I think he's a guy that has continued to get better and better each and every day in practice, and does a great job against our defense, giving them fits and giving them really tough looks.
You have to kind of anticipate, even if the injury to Aaron isn't real severe, that you're still going to be without him for a game or two?
I don't even want to get into that right now. I would never speculate on that. If Aaron's healthy and ready to go, then I anticipate him being out there.
Matt, why was it such a struggle to stop the run tonight?
That's a great question. Certainly, we had a lot of missed tackles. I think we had our guys charted for 15 missed tackles. That's it's tough to stop anything if you have 15 missed tackles. So, you know, they have a great scheme. They've got great players. We knew this was one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League coming into the game. And when you go out there and you got a great scheme with great players that can go out there and execute, it makes it difficult. And by no means am it's hard to look at that number and we got to be better. We got to have a better plan, and we got to go out there and execute better. We got to tackle better, because that can't happen in this league.
With each game now, just about in terms of where you guys are, still a lot of teams in the hunt, but are you worried about with each passing game that window, that number of chances becoming more and more limited for your team?
Well, yeah. I mean, quite frankly, it is what it is right now. I don't think we can look any further than our next opponent, which is an NFC North opponent, Chicago Bears, and we know that. I mean, if Justin Fields is there, I'm sure we're going to get a lot of the same stuff we got tonight. So he's an incredible quarterback as well. So, and a guy that's been tearing up the league the last few weeks in terms of his ability to run and extend plays and create. So, yeah, I mean, like, just the way my mind works, it's always looking at where you are, staying in the moment, living day to day, trying to do the best job you can, try to put the best plan together for our guys, and then demanding the best out of each individual within our organization.
Regardless of where you are right now or the outcome of tonight's game, do you feel like you have something going between your run game and what Christian Watson brings to you?
Oh, Christian's been phenomenal. You know, and he seems to continue to build on his performance from the previous week, and you know, we still got to be creative in terms of how we get him the ball. And but yeah, I think, you know, there were some things that were good out there tonight, but ultimately this league is about winning, and nobody cares if there's no moral victories. You got to find a way to win a game, bottom line. And that's collectively, that's all three phases, because there were some bright spots within each phase, but ultimately, collectively, it wasn't good enough.
More, please.
You had a couple games like this with run defense with the previous coordinator again tonight. What do you think? Where do you think the solution is there with the run defense in these games where it just implodes on you?
Yeah, I think, you know, I don't want to comment too quickly without going through and watching the tape and seeing what we're asking of guys. Like I said, we had 15 missed tackles as well. So I think collectively, we got to be a lot better. I mean, every individual on the defense, and it wasn't just the defense. I mean, we can't turn the ball over. So bottom line is, you win as a team, you lose as a team. It's got to be better, period.